I went to go buy one of these sets on Amazon and then decided to buy another one. I have standard and metric because they're $15. They come with a ratchet and 10 sockets. Even if you're Harbor Freight, that's cheap. But I did notice something interesting. They are slightly different. Besides one being metric and one being standard, can you see? It's the ratchet. Let me show you. This is one of their older designs. That's in the standard, and this is one of their newer designs in the metric. I've seen them advertise it, the low profile head, and I didn't realize how low profile that head really was. Just as a comparison, I have here one of the modern USA Craftsman ratchets. It looks a little bit better, but it's the same size as 72 teeth, even though it's 90. Here's one of the 180 tooth overdrive. As you can see, that's a lot bigger. Here's an old one. I don't know how many teeth this has, like 4. It's just I think like a 90s era USA Craftsman base model. And here's a V series, much thicker, 96 teeth. Very good to use, supposedly quite strong. But I'm pretty impressed with how thin this is. Now, if we just look at a competitor over here, I've got a Cobalt, one of the smallest ratchets I have with a thin head. Yeah, 90 teeth, but here, look at how thin the Craftsman is compared to the Cobalt. It's even thinner than that. Cobalt has a smaller head overall. You can see it's significantly smaller, but Craftsman's got it in thinness. And another benefit to these inexpensive Craftsman ratchets is they don't have the problem of the incredibly high back drag that the more expensive ones have. These ones have such a high back drag, even though they have more teeth, it almost feels like they're harder to use. So you'd want to use your V series and your overdrive in situations where there are going to be some really tight fasteners. And you would want to use your new modern 72 tooth Craftsman, or the USA made one, on more everyday type stuff. The new 72 tooth low profile is a little bit heavier than the old 72 tooth, but from what I understand, they're both very strong. They both are pretty responsive there. There's not a lot of wiggle. I'll have to use them a little bit more to see, but overall, very good ratchets, especially compared to other ratchets in the price range, like this Tecton one, which is on clearance for about $10. Much lighter back drag, but it's a little bit wigglier, and obviously a lot thicker. And if you look at the things that Harbor Freight has at this price point, even, we're talking $10 or $15 ratchets. These are way better. And yes, they're lifetime warranted at a Lowe's, so you don't have to be near Harbor Freight. You can get it anywhere or on the internet. And the sockets are significantly better than the ones you tend to get with the cheap sets. So anyway, I just wanted to do this brief overview of these new Craftsman ratchets, the cheaper ones, because I have talked about the more expensive ones already. Now, if you, let's say you've got $30 and you want to buy a ratchet at full price, which is, these things are about $30, absolutely not. Do not do it. Get this Williams, made in USA, 72 teeth, good to use. That's a great ratchet. Get that one. But if we're talking about a like a tool set, and you want to get a tool set and you think maybe you want to do it based on what ratchet comes with it, because sockets are all very similar, this low profile ratchet I think is actually a great option. Definitely buy that over the USA one. Even though I prefer the USA ratchet, on the whole, it's going to be less useful now that I see how thin this is. The low profile is very nice. And yeah, this doesn't have as much slop. It's got a few more teeth. The difference between 90 teeth and 72 teeth is inconsequential. I would say do not get the overdrive series for the ratchets, even though they have 180 teeth, unless you like how they look, in which case, then go ahead. You really got no other choice, because 180 teeth is less useful, and the ratchet head is so big that it might impede your use. And you can go ahead and get the V series if you're, nears makes no difference. A Pro, that's a very good ratchet on tight fasteners. But otherwise, skip all of these. Don't buy them individually. Get the Williams. And if you do buy them individually, or if you do buy them in a set here, make sure it comes with this low profile one. It is much lower profile.